Today we're trying the viral doner kebab. Is this worth the hype or is it overhyped? Let me know in the comments and stick around to the end of the video to find out. This recipe starts in a food processor, which I love because it involves taking onions and garlic and processing them until they're really finely chopped, which I guess with the texture and the fineness we want with this, it would take a lot of work to do it by hand with a knife. So it would help if you didn't put the bowl on backwards like I did. That's better. So it says to do this until it's basically puree, which I would definitely say that is. So yeah, that wouldn't have happened by hand, no way. So the rest of this just gets done in one bowl, so it is pretty easy. Got a pound of ground beef here. The recipe recommends using beef, so I'm just going to stick to that. And our pureed onion and garlic mixture is going to go in with the beef along with the rest of the seasonings, and that's it. So it gets a tablespoon of tomatoes paste and then a couple tablespoons of Greek yogurt. We also, of course, have salt and pepper. And then for the spices, we've got a teaspoon of each of ground cumin and paprika. Then for a little bit of heat, we got red pepper flakes, not as much, about a quarter teaspoon or more if you want it to be super spicy. And then that's it for the ingredients for the meat mixture. So you just mix this together until it is nicely combined. So this mixture, you're supposed to separate into thirds and then roll each one out in between the parchment paper. So that's what we're going to do. So I've got one sheet of parchment here, and I'm going to just eyeball a third of that mixture. Then you take another sheet of parchment, put it on top, and then you can use your hands or a rolling pin to spread it into a thin rectangle shape. And from what I understand, this is supposed to be on the thin side. Gonna take a rolling pin. This will just help make sure it's an even thickness all across. And then this sheet gets rolled up and put on a sheet, and then we repeat that with the rest of the meat mixture. So it says in about 2 inch. Just gonna roll this up. All right, that's number one done. So after we've got all three of our rolls on there, we've got some tomatoes and red peppers, just really roughly chopped. And those are gonna get roasted along with the rolls of beef. So for these, we're just going to drizzle over some olive oil and then just season with salt and pepper. And that's kept really, really simple. And those are going to be additional components to add to the final dish. Just a little toss to coat. And then this gets baked at 400 for about 20 minutes. All right, so after 20 minutes, we got the tomato and bell pepper in a nice little bowl over here. And then I let this meat rest for just about 5 minutes so I could actually handle it. I feel like I messed this up. I rolled it too thin and it broke. But you know what? The flavor will still be there because it's at least shredding nicely and maintaining pieces. So I would say just don't roll it as thin as I did because mine was very, very thin. So unrolling it, we got this, but it'll still taste good. I'm not worried about it. So to serve this, I'm just gonna get a pita that I toasted over an open flame just on the stove. And I'm just gonna keep this really rustic and simple because that's just what I like when it comes to this kind of food. I'm gonna put some tzatziki on just because I personally love it as a condiment. And then we're going to add some pieces of the beef and then a nice little strip of bell pepper and a couple chunks of tomato. Now you can dress this up or dress this down as much as you want. I like to keep it simple. So I'm really just going to give this a go and see how it is. Oh yeah. Oh my God, did you hear that? That is very good. I just want to see the beef. Beef alone, great flavor. You get the onion, the garlic, the spices, and then the nice roasted peppers and tomatoes pair so beautifully. And of course, if you're like me and put it on pita, it's pretty delicious. So this is something I say I would absolutely make again. That being said, is it worth the hype or is it overhyped? It's worth the hype. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and look out for the next video where I am ranking all 5 of the recent viral recipes and seeing which one I think is the best. All right, thanks, bye.